Turning 45. For some people it's just another birthday. But for others, well, it can feel like a huge wake-up call for your health. Today, we're going to explore how a health scare can actually become an incredible story of empowerment and how you can apply those exact same lessons to your own life.
It's a really common feeling, right? You start to realize your body is sending you these little messages, maybe not so little messages, and it becomes pretty clear that it's time to start listening.
And these are some of the silent warnings our bodies often send us. Things like diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, even a fatty liver. These aren't just medical terms. They are urgent messages, kind of like the check engine light on your car's dashboard telling you, hey, pay attention.
So let's actually look at one person's real-life journey. It's a powerful story of struggle and success that really proves it's never too late to take back control of your health.
Okay, so here's the roadmap of that journey. It kicks off back in 2016 with a shocking diagnosis. Then there's this quick success, but it's followed by a relapse years later, as life just got in the way, something I think a lot of us can relate to. But the most crucial part, the part we're going to focus on, is that final step, a completely new strategy that led to real lasting success. This right here was the wake-up call, a blood sugar reading of 370. Now, just to put that in perspective, a normal reading is under 100, and anything over 200 is considered very, very high. So 370, that is a 5-alarm fire. Seriously.
And what was the culprit behind this? Something surprisingly simple and honestly pretty common. For nearly 15 years, a daily habit of drinking 2 bottles of soda. It just goes to show how these small, consistent habits can have a massive, massive impact over time.
So, faced with that shocking number, he made a firm decision to change. And you know what? It worked. With medication and a really strict routine, he got his levels right back down within 3 months. He even stopped the medication and managed it with just his diet. But here's the key part of the story. It only worked for a while. Because life gets busy, habits slip, and by early 2024, his blood sugar was right back up over 200. This relapse was a second wake-up call, and it was proof that just controlling his food wasn't going to be enough for the long haul. It was time for a whole new plan. And this leads us to the big turning point. Not just a repeat of the old plan, but a completely new approach. This is where the real, sustainable change finally began. This time, the strategy was so much more holistic. He didn't just focus on his diet. He had in-strength training, a targeted fat loss program, and a balanced, low-sugar diet. It's a really powerful combination.
So, did this new 3-part plan actually make a difference? Absolutely. The results weren't just good, they were completely undeniable, and we've got the data to prove it.
This graph tells the entire story. It shows the HbA1c, which is basically your average blood sugar over several months. Now, a healthy level is below 5.7. He started at a critical 10.3. But just look at that drop. Within a few months, he was down to a stable, healthy 5.4. That's not just a good day. That's a completely new reality.
So, the crucial point is this. It's not about some permanent magic cure, because if those old habits come back, the problems can too. But this brilliantly illustrates that with the right, consistent lifestyle changes, we have the power to manage and in some cases even reverse these conditions.
This story is such a powerful example of what's possible. But before you can start your own journey, we need to clear up some really common myths that might be holding you back. Here are 2 big ones. That myth that brown sugar is a healthy alternative. Reality, it's still sugar. Your body processes it in pretty much the exact same way. Or how about the idea that you absolutely must eat breakfast? The reality is, the quality of what you eat across the entire day is far more important than the specific timing of your meal.
And let's talk about the gym. A lot of people think it's just for bodybuilders, but resistance training is absolutely crucial for everyone. Building muscle does way more than just make you stronger. Your muscles actually use sugar from your bloodstream for energy. So more muscle means your body has a much better system for managing blood sugar and cholesterol.
Okay, so you're ready to start, but the gym feels a little intimidating, or you're just short on time. No problem at all. Here is a simple, effective 15-minute action plan you can do right at home, no equipment needed.
The structure is simple and it's really designed for success. You start with a quick warm-up to get your body moving. Then you move into the main workout, which you can repeat for a greater challenge. And you always finish with a cool down to help your muscles recover. It's easy to remember and even easier to do.
And here's the core of it. 4 fundamental movements. Bodyweight squats are fantastic for building strength in your largest muscle groups. Wall push-ups are a perfect way to build upper body strength without any intimidation. The plank is your go-to for a solid core, which helps with everything from posture to balance. And finally, good old jumping jacks to get that heart rate up and boost your cardiovascular health. And as you begin, please remember these tips. The goal is consistency, not crushing yourself every single day. Listen to your body. Discomfort is normal, but sharp pain is a signal to stop. Start with what you can handle, maybe just one round, and build from there. And this last point is everything. The goal isn't to look a certain way, it's to live a better, healthier, longer life.
You know, this is about so much more than just one person's health journey. When we take care of ourselves, it has a ripple effect on our families and our communities. This is about starting a health revolution, and it begins with the choices you make today.
Let's completely reframe how we see this milestone. Turning 45 or any midlife age isn't an ending. It's the start of a new chapter, one where we have the wisdom and the experience to make choices that will serve us for decades to come. So that brings us to the final, crucial question. After seeing this journey, understanding the facts, and having a simple plan in hand, the only thing left to ask is, what will your first step be?
Click the subscribe button to stay updated with VitalSpan Labs.